Space is so fucking cool, man. Space is just some of the coolest shit of all time. I cannot lie. I grew up loving space. I wanted to be an astronaut before I wanted to be a YouTuber. I was going to go to the Air Force and everything. Then I realized, bro, I'm afraid of heights. Never doing that shit. So that's never going to happen. But space is just so cool, and I have such a love for it, bro. Ever since I was a kid, I had a telescope, and I got to see the planet. I believe it was Mars or Venus. I don't remember. But it was either one of those. I seen a planet with my telescope. You can ask my mom and shit. That shit was banging, right? And I've been seeing everything with the Artemis space mission. That shit is so cool. We're going back to the moon and shit. And then, what's it called? They took a photo of the Earth. Absolutely beautiful. I cannot, like, it's so crazy because you'd be like, yo, every single person you'll ever love will always be on that planet. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of insane when you think about it, right? Like, in that picture of the Earth, every single person you loved, you hate, this, that, you did this way, you did that. Every single person will be on that planet in that picture, bro. It's just so beautiful. And also, it's also like in somewhat mesmerizing and what's it called? A little bit scary, but also more mesmerizing and scary, right? Like, I love the thought of a black hole, right? And it's so crazy that there is an existence, there is not even an object, but something out there in the universe in which a star has collapsed on itself, and the gravity was so fucking immense that the star basically collapsed on itself and spawned in something that has damn near infinite gravity, in which it warps time and space within itself. Is that not the coolest shit ever? And you know what the craziest part about that shit is? That it's completely black. You'll never see it. That's the, bro, is that not the craziest shit ever? Like, bro, a black hole is something so immense and so powerful, and you can't even see it, bro. Like, yeah, you know, it has the excretion disc, or what is it? The excretion, I don't know if I'm saying it right, but there's a disc around it with light. But there are some black holes out there that don't have any light around them, right? And so I think astronomers, the way they look at it is by stars warping around something. And in the images or the videos, they'll watch stars just for some reason warp this way and then just stop and slow down and go back. And it's like, wait a second. All these stars are orbiting something that we can't see. It is just so fucking cool, man. And I think on the grand scheme of it, like, and like scale wise, is so cool as well. Like how large our sun is compared to like other suns, and how big stars are compared to our suns. It is just some of the coolest shit ever, man. And that's also what I wanted to talk about, is like, as cool as space is, we have a lot of fucking idiots, all right, on the planet Earth, okay? It's insane that a large majority of human beings, unfortunately, don't even believe that space is real. Like, and bro, it's mind-boggling, all right? If you guys go to the Artemis page on NASA's clapping back. Shout out to NASA. But if you go to their comments and shit, people will be like, space isn't fucking real. You're a fucking stupid ass fuck. Like, you believe that space is real? I'm like, yes, dumbass nigga. Yes, I believe that space is real. The shit we were taught in school, yes. What are we talking about here? And then when you start to, I love this part, because when people say space isn't real, I always ask them, I say, okay, then what the fuck are the objects in the sky? Like, explain to me what the moon is. And they'll be like, oh, well, you know, the moon. No. You don't know what the fuck it is, because you've already made some dumbass assumption in your mind that the moon is like a hologram being spot up from the Earth, and we're in an iron dome, a glass dome and shit. I'm like, yo, what are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? And another thing that kind of gets me riled up, what is it? What did they say about we never went to the moon, or that? No, I seen a comment. This guy said that the Artemis rocket really didn't leave Earth, even though there are multiple accounts and there's a fucking video live streamed from NASA themselves of the damn space shuttle leaving Earth at 22,000 miles an hour. It's like, yo, was it 22,000? I don't know. But there's so many videos, there's so many eyewitness accounts, there's so many mathematics, there's so much money that goes into this shit. And I say, bro, why would they fake that? And also, why would every single country on the planet Earth come to an agreement on one single thing? Chat, there is not a single thing on Earth that every single human being can come to the same agreement on by every single race, religion, country ever. But what you're telling me is that every single country in their government all came together and said, we're going to all agree to lie to our citizens about space not being real. For what fucking reason? That's the part that always blows me, right? Why do you think space isn't real? Oh, well, the government's lying to us. I say, for what reason, though? What would you, bro, what benefits do the government get by lying to you, saying that the objects in the sky aren't real? I hate to tell you this, my nigga. They already fucking finessing you right before your eyes and you don't even know it. You pay bills, you working 9 to 5, you standing on your feet 40 hours a week. You live in a capitalistic society, but you're sitting here telling us that the government is controlling us by telling us the objects in the sky aren't fucking real? You're a fucking idiot. Okay. And it's so crazy because I've met people in real life, chat. I'll never forget, I worked at Charlotte Douglas Airport, cargo side. This was around in 2022. It was this girl and this guy, and what's it called? I was working with them, and we were talking about something. Something happened, and I took a photo of the moon because it was so beautiful. Because when you're at the airport, you get like the perfect view of the moon. You get the, and I have the, I wish I could show the photo, but I have it on my phone where it was the moon and the sunset together on the city of Charlotte. Because like I said, at the airport, there's really like nothing blocking anything. And so I took the picture. I said, man, that is beautiful. And they were like, oh man, space isn't real. And I said, bro, what are you talking about? I said, do you not believe the satellites in space? Like, what are they? So satellites aren't real? We just be sending shit up and it just be coming back down and shit. And he's like, nah, man, space isn't real, bro. And I'm like, dude, if we had money, if I had a fucking butt ton of money, I would get me and him on a rocket right now. And I say, bro, we could go to space right now as we're speaking. Literally. All it takes is, I don't know how much it is to leave the atmosphere, but it takes a lot of energy and miles per hour, whatever the fuck. But I'm like, bro, we could leave space right fucking now. And you would be like, oh shit, damn, this shit is crazy. I'm like, bro, what? Just lock in. I don't understand why the government would lie to us about that type of shit. It just doesn't make sense to lie about it. And bro, don't even get me started on the flat earthers, bro. There's something. I'll be like, bro, you think the earth is flat? And then like, bro, once you start to ask them and expand on the question, it just starts becoming nonsense. And I'll be like, okay, if the earth is flat, is every single other object in space flat? And they're like, no. But then there's some people that be like, oh no, space doesn't exist. And then there's some people that are like, oh yeah, the sun is flat as well. And I'm like, okay, so there's a giant ice wall at the end of the earth. And it's like, yeah, and then if you go, it falls off. And then where do you fall off into? Because if there's a giant ice wall at the end of the earth, and if you keep going, you fall into nothing. But I thought you just said space doesn't exist. So it's like, what's happening? And then it's like, where's the sunlight coming from? And then it's like, what are the objects in the sky we see? And then it's like, have you ever been on a fucking plane? And I'd be like, bro, let me tell you something. The last thing you want is your pilot not understanding that the earth is round. I say, bro, ask any pilot from any country in any world. Go to them and ask them if they think the fucking earth is flat. The niggas that fly planes, all right? I just want you to find one pilot, all right? A pilot that fucking thinks the earth is flat. And tell me what he thinks, and I want you to get on the plane with him. All right, that's all I'm saying. Now you go, niggas, bro, once you start putting shit to the test, chat, niggas start fucking cracking. I'm telling you. Once you start asking people questions, they be like, oh, well, I don't think I would want to have a pilot that thinks the earth is flat because he might crash the fucking plane and I might die. Oh, really? Really? You really think that'd happen? Oh, wow. Wow, it's almost like the shit they told us in 3rd grade is true. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. People are something, man. People are tremendously dumb, bro. And it's so crazy because I think the part that really just makes it so stupid is that, bro, you can see all of these shits with your own eyes. I told you guys before, I've seen planets with my own eyes. With a telescope, I've seen the moon with my own eyes. If you have a good enough telescope, you can see the International Space Station. If you have a good enough telescope, you can literally, I think there's a video on YouTube, some YouTuber, you can literally see where the people that got on the moon, their footsteps are still there. With a telescope today, like right now, chat, if you had a powerful enough telescope and you aimed it at the moon today, and you fucking aimed it at where the, I don't know what it is, Apollo 3, 4, something, the Apollo 1, 11, whatever landed, you can see their footsteps to this day. They're still there right now. Like, bro, you be like, bro, what are you talking about? Come on, man, lock in. Space is cool as shit, though, chat. That's all I got to say. Stay in school. And man, I can't wait to see when they land on the moon, lunar bases, bro. It's going to be so cool. I cannot wait.